Welcome to Miscellaneous Psychology. In this topic, we are going to take a look at the psychological strategies of online learning. First of all, we all can agree that online learning has become more popular within these past couple years. Many people begin to enroll online courses or learn new things from watching YouTube videos. As a result, it is critical to understand the psychology behind online learning environment since it can seem intimidating to some people who have not tried it. But honestly, online learning is actually not much different than a classroom. By employing a few essential strategies, anyone can learn not only to succeed, but to flourish in the online learning environment as well. So here are the top 3 strategies to be successful in online learning. Number 1, devotion. You have to devote consistent time to the class. Online courses are often attractive to people because they offer flexibility, especially for those with demanding professional or personal responsibilities, which can lead them into trouble because it can be tempting for them to delay working through course material, thinking that they will find time later in the week. But guess what? They will not able to find the time to do it, or to some people not even start it. So how could we begin to devote our time to do it? Well, first thing first, you need to have the mindset for it. And what's a mindset? Mindset is a set of beliefs, assumptions, or methods that are arising out of an individual's world, view, or philosophy of life, which represent the cognitive processes that can create powerful decision-making strategies. Adding to that, you need to have 100% commitment to it. You could treat this as a full-time job where you work during the weekdays, weekend school where you work during the weekends. Keep it in mind that online coursework is like exercise. You never find a time for it. You make the time for it. So by having the right mindset and commitment are necessary to be successful in online learning or basically anything in this world. And next is the psychology of productivity. You have to begin your work early. An early bird gets the best worm, right? So if you think that you're going to watch a YouTube video to learn something new or take an online class, then wake up early and start to do it right away. Specifically with online classes, particularly for first-time learners, there may be technical difficulties to overcome, so make sure that you give yourself enough time to acclimate to new software and hardware, as well as give your instructors a reasonable amount of time to answer your questions. In addition to being an early bird, another point to remind you guys is that do not cram everything at once. Cramming everything at once can be basically useless, basically due to the information overload. If human stomach cannot handle ginormous amount of food at once, then human brain also cannot handle a very large amount of information at once as well. This is where the technique called spacing effects comes in. So what's the spacing effects, right? So here's the thing. Whether it is traditional learning, online learning, or outside of education, people have to learn large amounts of new information on a regular basis. Every day, from remembering the speech to names of colleagues, so on and so forth. Nevertheless, learning through route of memorization is tedious and ineffective. Believe me, it is very boring to trying to remember something. However, the spacing effect has shown that learning is more effective when study information is spaced out. Indeed, people are better at recalling information and concepts because more information is encoded into long-term memory when they learn them in multiple spread out sections. These techniques works for everything and for everyone of any age. The information we learn from it can last a lifetime and more likely to be effectively retained. And the last point of the psychological strategy of online learning is variation. And what do I mean by variation, right? So basically online classes are varied greatly. So which means that they are different from many other class. There are many ways to design online class and YouTube videos, and they are all different. So what you could do is to research the subject, the topics, and the course offering ahead of time to determine if the instructor, the structure of the class, and class material are good fit for you. Some online classes, for example, rely largely on discussion boards to further your learning, while others make heavier use of group projects, individually written papers, collaborative problem sets, or just purely online quizzes. So think seriously about what fits you. Basically, choose wisely. Be wise about it. Think about your interest and correlation to the course carefully prior to selecting the course. And then carefully think about how you learn the best. Select the course that meets your needs. By doing that, it would increase the success rate in understanding and completing online courses. So let's review what we just went through. So the psychological strategies of online learning. Basically, 1, you have to devote yourself the time, have the mindset and commitment for it, and be productive. You could wake up early, you start the course ahead early, finish the course early, so then you can move on to another one. However, do not cram everything at once. Don't just go through the class all day long and all the material all day long. Space out into small sections. And lastly, every class is different. A lot of variations, so choose wisely, think about it carefully of what meets your need, and that would increase your chance and your rate to be successful in online learning. Thank you for watching.